did that live earlier because everybody that had been contacting me saying, oh my God, check on Ryan. Oh my God, what's Ryan doing? So I did that live earlier. So I got off the live, just a couple things around the house. I haven't been feeling the best of the world today, so moped around. Got back on to check in, see what people were saying, and noticed that about the time we were live, Ryan posted something on his community page. And I find it so strange. I find it so strange. So if you haven't seen Ryan's community page, go look at Ryan's community page. This is so strange. I had to come back on and talk about this. Hi, Gypsy. I had to come back on and talk about this because it's so freaking strange. So while I was live, and then I got off live, come back, I noticed that Ryan had posted on his community page. And it's okay, Denise. I'm just going to be on here for a minute. And on his community page, he posted contact from the Placer County Sheriff in California, where they have reached out to talk to him. If this is the true and authentic Placer County Sheriff's Department, it is so strange. Number one, they allude to the fact that he needs to remove stuff from his YouTube channel because they don't like it. They don't agree with it. But it's stuff that he garnered off of public domain. Therefore, it's public property, and they have no control over it. But they're telling him that he needs to, remove it. That is so wickedly wrong. I just thought my hair and goosies are still going, y'all. Something about this now has got me going, no. Okay, because the one thing you do know as law enforcement is where your control stops and people's rights take over. And that is a very precarious line. And it is reinforced by your upstream, your sergeants, your department heads, your district directors, your commissioners. You know where your police ability stops and a civilian's rights picks up. So for them to contact Ryan, number one, not by phone or send a letter, official statement, but on social media and tell him that he needs to remove things from his social media because they don't agree with it. What the frig? Never in my career would I ever anticipate seeing a police organization do this. Now, they might knock on the door if someone has truly created something like a protest that got out of hand or something. They might knock on the door and go, listen, your energy has created this, and we need to talk to you about how this is, obstructing our investigation because now we have 400 people that are surrounding the precinct based on your information. But the fact that Ryan is physically across the nation and has not physically impeded their investigation, why are they contacting him at all, let alone over social media, and let alone not over the case, but over pictures of other people that he just has opinions and thoughts about? And public information that they have willingly put on public domain for anyone to use. I am just like, people, I can make sense of a lot. And I can sit here and say, okay, maybe they're looking like this, maybe they're looking like that. There is no reason for that agency to have contacted him in any way like that. Unless they have obstruction charges and he has physically intervened in their investigation, they are out of line. Because as a civilian, you are allowed to look at everyone around you with a suspect eye if you want to. You are allowed to go on any kind of public domain access and use any information that anyone has ever left of themselves there. You are allowed to do these things. I am just wigged out. I'm just like, why would they even unless they have contacted every true crime channel and asked them all to do this, the singular act the singular act of contacting Ron wigs me out and makes me think, okay, we don't want someone that has a large audience viewing us. Why? If you could catch somebody that, if this turns into a criminal matter and something did happen to this young lady that's foul play, if you could catch somebody, why would you not want every eye on it? Why would you not? I mean, in the nation, why would you not want every eye on it? It's so unprofessional in it. It's like blows my mind. Like, if you violate someone's rights that much, you lose your badge. Like, you got to dance that line very carefully. And, buddy, it's a hard one to toe sometimes, I understand. But that is just like, it wigged me out. To see, like, if that is authentically that sheriff's department reaching out to him, if they can identify what officer sent that, my mind is blown. My mind is blown. No officer would ever speak to a civilian like that. Not unless they had obstruction charges and that person was physically putting evidence or messing with evidence or trying to mislead, like physically trying to mislead cops. My mind is blown. My mind is blown. Now, I've been concerned about the sheriff's department with what they said at the press release, how they worded things. Like, they're saying that they're investigating a vehicle accident instead of like an accidental drowning. They called it a vehicle accident. No, they said a vehicle collision. Okay. They said, we're investigating a vehicle collision. Well, if they had said a vehicle accident or an accidental drowning in a vehicle, that would have been fine with me. They said vehicle collision. A vehicle collision normally means that it collided with another vehicle. And the guy kind of stopped and you heard somebody behind him say something, and then he completely left that topic and went another way. And then when they asked, are they sure there was just one body recovered? This long, awkward pause. And then the guy finally said, one. What is, there have been things that have not sat well with me. I just cannot understand why they would ever do something like that. Ever. I mean, holy crap. They should be calling Ron and saying thank you for when she was missing and we needed all eyes looking for her because we thought it was an abduction. Thank you for having all eyes out there peeled to this case and everyone across the nation looking at it. They should be thanking him. But to be concerned about two individuals that are putting themselves awesome in the storyline and putting stuff on public domain access where people can access it, they can't be upset that he's getting stuff off of social media that people have put on public domain. That's just your right as a person who puts on public domain. It's just, hey, pick it up. It's usable by everybody. I mean, it's not like they had it on a royalty image page. So I'm officially confused. Because if I, during my tenure as an officer, had done something like this, I would have been explaining myself to someone above me. And no, AWP's been silent. They've not contacted Ron about the money, and you all know they need money. They need funding so bad, and they've not contacted Ron about the funding, the money for the Hellcat. This is enough stuff makes me now go, what the frig? But I could explain it all away until this contact. There's no way to explain away this contact. If that was an actual Placer County officer that sent that message, not only is he violating Ryan's rights, as a civilian in this nation to go on public domain and pick up whatever the heck information he can, unless Ryan has tried to illegally obtain information, which you and I have seen, most stuff he's on public access stuff. So unless he's done something that we don't know about where he's tried to gain illegal information, what the crap are they mad about? And what control do they have over somebody's day-to-day behavior if it's on public access, public domain, and it's something that you're allowed to do? I can't explain this one away. There's no logical way to explain this away, unless it's just that some idiot doesn't understand the limitations of his badge and the fact that he has to also monitor state law and that person's rights and make sure he doesn't impede that person's rights, which looks like to me what he's attempting to do. I'm just mind boggled. So has this officer contacted any other true crime channels? Has anyone else received any information from this department like this? If so, put it out there. Let us know what's going on, because just to, single out Ryan seems very suspicious, very odd. But to single him out also, where he's created this theory, much like all the true crime channels do, he creates this theory about people that haven't even been labeled as people of interest by their investigation, but now they are terribly concerned about it. People that put themselves in the narrative, like Zanna May put herself right smack in the middle of the narrative. So obviously she had to expect that people were going to look into her and Google her image and reverse search her image and do all those rabbit hole things they do. She had to anticipate that. And to find a link with something that's curious and it's on public domain and throw it up and say, hey, I found this, they can't really fuss about that. They put it on a public access page. It belongs to everybody at that point. So why would someone step up? Why not just leave it alone? Theories bubble out. If they don't go anywhere, they don't go anywhere. Unless you can prove that he's done something to terrify these women or make them think they're in harm's way. What? But honestly, if Zanna May thinks she's in harm's way, then why was she putting herself on the internet? I'm 150% boggled now, because that, as an officer, is not anything you ever say to someone that has civilians' rights. No. You don't step on rights like that. I'm mind blown. I don't understand. Does anybody understand? I don't understand it. I know AWP left so quick and so tight-lipped. It was like, I'm gone. Peace out. Yet, Daniel, sadly, law enforcement seems to be overstepping all boundaries right now. It's sad. Cosmic Dreamer, I think not only the family, but the friends have one or several that are going as well. And I don't understand that either. And apparently it seems like the travel lodge or the ski lodge that they have is now up for sale. There's a lot of questions I have going on about finances right now. Okay, Common Chris says the sheriff contacted Ryan. I've seen the contact over social media, but I haven't heard of any other contact other than that. So that's the only contact I know of is over social media. They asked him to take those photos down, which blows my mind, because everybody is going over theories right now. And it's like, are you contacting everyone else? Why are you singling this person out? And really, they have no right to tell you not to share stuff you find on public domain. What the crap? Well, see, okay, Heather B, this is what I thought. I thought, do they have some kind of criminal informant tangled up in this somewhere that they're trying to keep safe? That's my only thought, is do they have a CI in this somewhere that they don't want found out? Because they're trying to find out who's funneling dope to these underage kids or what? Do they have some kind of CI who they need to protect at all costs? That's the only thing that I can say is a reason for their behavior. But then, even then, you just switch your CIs up. I don't get it. Are they saying that Zanna May work for Homeland Security? Feds don't even hire you until you're over 25. And then you only get, a very short work time with them because they retire you early because you're normally in the field and it's very dangerous. So they start hiring you. You have to be at least 25 and have the experience and the school. And then they only want you for about 20 years and they ditch you. They let you retire early because of the dangers and the physical ability and the stress of the job. So she would seem so young to be a possible federal employee, just with the hurdles that I know are federal employee hurdles in my area. So that seems very odd to me. Music, you're right, unless they have a really huge investigation against the county and need to keep everyone hush for integrity. Yeah. That's what unless something else is going down that I don't know about, if they're just investigating this drowning or whatever accident, whatever they're going to call it, why? I don't know. I'm like, and that, yeah, if that's the case, they should have been more careful of the media. Their presser was a shit show. I'm sorry. It was horrible. There was nothing good about the presser that they did. It was discombobulated, disjointed. You could tell everyone was uncomfortable. Everyone's MO was to say, we'll toss it to someone else, and they tossed it to someone else, and they tossed it to someone else, and it basically came back to roost, and nobody got any information about it. So it was a horrible presser. Well, I mean, she can currently list I can currently list that I work at the Catch-22 where everybody's a size 0. But would y'all believe it? Really? Would y'all believe it? So she's definitely too old to be at a young person party, but she's definitely too young and to have the experience and the education to be a federal employee. Unless they just hired her to try to blend in those two scenarios. But what would a federal employee be doing on the internet accessing? It was just too much sketch, too much inappropriate stuff to blow your cover. I don't believe it. Well, they were covering the back. Apparently, I mean, I've seen them cover vehicles before, so that didn't, draw me any attention. But I'm curious if AWP ever releases the video that they made of finding that vehicle. I know that cop, Ghost Love Tacos, that cop, when people asked if there was just one person in the vehicle, he had the longest, most insecure pause. Like he was just looking at and you could tell he's going in his head trying to figure out what to say. And I'm like, no. One person only. It should have been a very simple answer. That boggled my mind. Well, there's no reason for anyone with a badge to step on the rights of a civilian. That is one thing that they stress to never do, because you never want bad press and you never want somebody to come at you with a lawsuit, and you never want to ruffle feathers, because your community liaison is basically your biggest helpline when you are law enforcement. You want to keep those good rapport with the community. And so you don't want to step on toes and you don't want people to fear you. And so for them to reach out and be like, get that off the internet, that's not what we want to be seen. Okay, and I want Tyra to put me on America's Next Top Model. Can we do that too? I mean, because it's like, it's like the Make-A-Wish. What else do they want? Because it just, it doesn't happen that way. That, they would have to have a legal precedent, and they would have to disclose that legal precedent to notify him of legally why he would have to do what they request. And I mean, it would have to be some kind of creating an unsafe environment for a CI or someone, or obstruction of investigation, which I have not seen. Now, granted, I may not have seen everything, but I haven't seen anything that even remotely looks like that. They would have to go after everyone that's talked about this case and posted photos about this case. So I just found it very strange, very odd, very unbecoming, and very not professional. I mean, it's just so unprofessional, and especially over social media. Hello, send out an authentic piece of paper or send a statement via fax to his sheriff's department, have them go to his house and show them. You know, they need you to stop this behavior because A, B, C, D, you know. But you don't send it over social media. If I had ever contacted anyone over social media in an official capacity, I would have been fired. Fired. I don't understand. This wigged me out. This has me saying, what the crap? This has me saying, what the crap? White trash whistling Dixie. Yeah, it's so, I mean, it's so weird. Social media is not the place you do official contact. Nothing. Ghosts. Ron posted on his community page on YouTube. If you want to go to his community page, it's his last post is about 2 hours ago, and it is contact he's had from the Placer County Sheriff's Department. So go look at it. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. Ryan just posted again. Holy Jesus. Somebody tell me what he said, because I don't understand any of this anymore. I'm just going to be honest. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. You know, unless this investigation is something so big and they're trying to keep a lid on it while they catch, like, some kingpins or something. I got nothing. I would certainly hope they would have handled it different from the get-go if that were the case. I'm just blown away. So everybody stay aware, pay attention, and let's see what else comes out from this. But I just think this is so against regulation, against any kind of training I ever went through. And certainly, I mean, you just do not contact people in an official capacity over social media. And you certainly don't step on toes and step on the rights of your civilians, because that's your community liaison, and those are the people that have your back in the time of need. So maybe we're seeing some true colors, or maybe we're seeing a dynamic we don't know exactly what it is yet. I have no idea, Brandy. I have no idea. I know. Like, I mean, I've written thousands of warrants in my time. I would never have discussed anything of an official capacity over any social media. No. I'm hard pressed to, like, if I had to do it over a phone line, I had to hear your voice and talk to you. I would not text anything. And that was just for safety and security of them and me. You know, and it just is just, you know how you're going to be judged by your authority figures, and you know the line you have to toe because you're looked at so critically. Why would they do this and make themselves seem like they're a little 5-year-old brat with a social media page? Boggles my mind. No, they don't seem very professional at all. I know the FBI was there, like, as a courtesy supervision, just make sure they didn't miss anything they were not aware of. But what would a state agency not be aware of? If it, I mean, honestly, let's ask yourself that, because that was that man's question. Oh, they're here in an official courtesy capacity to make sure we don't miss anything we may not be aware of. What would you not be aware of at a state capacity that a federal capacity would? You should have all the FBI, like, bolos and updates, and I mean, what would you not know? What would you not know? I got FBI information all the time as a state employee. What would you not know? I mean, if there was something specific in your area, they would already have notified them. Oh, I I know the woo issue. I did a video on it not too long ago. And see, that's another thing. Placer County and Nevada County are side by side, but the way the land fell was the crime, was the occurrence or the crime or possible crime, was it not in Placer County, not Nevada County? It happened in Placer County, right? Why is the Nevada County Sheriff overseeing a Placer County investigation? Like, that's backwards from everything I understand. Or just have I got the ley lines wrong? What is it? Thank you, Daniel. I needed to giggle. So my mind's boggled right now. I just saw that and thought, what the crap? I don't get it. I don't get it. But it may not. She was found in Alder Creek, not Prosser Lake. Okay, well, what county is that in? The death investigation, the Nevada County lady is over it, but where did the drowning actually occur? What county? Because that's where I'm getting confused, because I thought it was in Placer County. And I knew it was like close to Nevada County, but I thought it was still in Placer County. Is it Nevada County? Okay. Because I was going to say, if they've switched sheriffs up, that's like, what the crap? So, I mean, a lot about this has boggled me and seemed like inconsistent for a while. But I've never would ever expect an agency to contact anyone over social media. Well, see, if she went missing from Placer County but was found in Nevada County, normally if she hadn't been found, they would have maintained the investigation out of Placer County. I guess I thought she was found still in Placer County. So since she was found in Nevada County, of course, it would change over and that investigation would occur there. But they never gave a good press conference. So us that were not like really concrete on the ley lines there, we're going, wait, what? We've got two, what? So we were like, excuse me. And then the feds show up, and then it becomes, and normally, and people are saying, oh, well, the feds showed up because they crossed county lines. Feds normally only show up if you cross state lines. So the feds showing up, I guess because maybe they thought this was an abduction or a sex trafficking thing or something. Perhaps that's why they showed up, and then they just wanted to help. I don't know. I still think it's odd. But the thing is, you should never reach out in official capacity over social media. That is inappropriate and not deemed official capacity and would never stand up in court. Ever. It's all Rush's fault. Daniel, you're on this evening, aren't you? You're just wide open. So, okay, just thought it was super weird. Something just is like, what? I mean, I can explain away a lot and I can apply grace to a lot of things, but not someone in an official capacity reaching out to someone on social media. I can't, that's just not right. That violates everything that just violates everything. So, I'm sure Ryan has tons of legal advice. I just felt that was strange, and I wish I'd saw that before I went live, because I definitely would have put that into my previous live. It would have kicked things in probably a different mode of thinking. Boy, we need to watch this. This is strange. I'm just going to tell you, this is strange. This is strange. Oh, yeah, Cindy. It's always weird about which cases of missing people get the spotlight, which ones don't. And you can normally look to see what other stories are going on and understand why they deflect and take attention. And I just am appalled at the behavior of someone with a badge that would contact someone over Facebook and say it's an official capacity and tell them to do something that would then be in violation of their civilian rights. I try to make sense of it all. I cannot make sense of this at all. This does not seem legit anyway. I try to look at it. Never in my life, like, I would not have wanted to ever unleash the hell that behavior would have caused me as an officer, because that would have been so not right. I mean, I would be fired. I would be gone. I would no longer have a job, because I would know immediately that is not appropriate. So I'm interested to see how this ends up. Just wanted to come on here and say, holy crap, can't explain that one away. That one's wrong. There's no way to say that could ever be legit. And definitely makes me have some weird vibes now. So everybody keep your eyes open. Let's watch this. Oh, sometimes it's not even scammers. Sometimes it is, sadly, sometimes it is just for finances and revenue, and it's sad. It's really sad why certain things make the news, and it's sad. Sometimes it's about inappropriate political powers in a small pond, and other times it's just crooked. It's just bad. So, innocent will be doing a lot of tonight. Related. Oh, I didn't even know that was a channel, Serene. So thank you. See, I don't know all these channels, and sadly, the true crime channels that I have watched or had contact with have not been kosher. So now I'm learning some new channels that I didn't know existed. So I'm going to be checking them out to make sure, kind of, is it somebody I can follow? So I will be trying to tune into Allegedly Innocent and watching that. Because I'm telling you, this ain't right. This is not right. We don't live in the place where they can tell you what bugs to eat, you know? We don't live there yet. So why are they doing that? Strange. There are certain things you just don't do when you have a badge, though. And contacting people in official capacity over social media is one of those things. Freaky. So, gave me the heebie-jeebies when I come on here and share that. I'm trying to finish an article for a newspaper, and I'm going to chill after that. I'm supposed to be getting baby clothes and stuff that I bought delivered later, so I can go into grandma mode. So you probably won't see me again unless something big happens. But thank you, Serene. I will watch that. So everyone, Allegedly Innocent, try to catch that tonight. Boost that channel. She's doing a good, honest look at all of this. Go give her some love, because I'm having a hard time finding a channel that is on the up and up. I'm just telling you, I'm really struggling here. And I'm welcome to any and all observational opinions about who I should watch, because I'm drawing a blank with this true crime right now. So everybody, check it out. Keep your eyes open. Send some good vibes to Ryan. This cannot be easy. And, oh my God, everybody brush up on your state and federal laws and know your rights. I'm telling you, half of it's just knowing your rights, because people will push until you know when you can push back. Know when you can push back. It's not right. Oh, bye, guys.